that only use black people for their benefit. What's going on? I'm your host, Jada Black. Make sure y'all like the stream. All right. I didn't go live Friday, so I said I'll make up for it by going live today. Okay. What's going on, people? Hopefully y'all doing good, had a great weekend or having a great weekend. You know, it always amazes me that people will allow things like a t-shirt to draw them into acting like emotional, irrational idiots. We care so much about symbolism that we have lost our way. Like we don't know. We've lost our sense of common sense. You know, we're so emotional and we react so emotionally. That's why melanated men are so screwed up. They just as emotional as these women are. That's why they don't accomplish anything. That's why nothing lasts in their life, you know. But it's of their own doing. You can always make those changes. You know. You can always but if you refuse to change, you will suffer for whatever you end up putting yourself through. You know, everybody's talking about, oh, the White Lives Matter shirt. Meanwhile, you're laying up with a white woman. You got mixed kids. Or you laying up with a white man. If you are a divested woman, you shouldn't be saying shit because you love white people more than anybody. Your whole thing is to worship whiteness, to look like Becky, to try to take Becky's or the white woman's man to replace her, even though you will never replace that white woman, no matter how hard you try. You will never be her, okay? You will always be what you are, a self-hating loser, okay? So make sure that y'all like the stream, all right? Hold on a second. Now, this stream may not stay up. I may put this for the members on the channel and for the patrons because I don't know. This was sort of I'm gonna say it was a last minute thing. It was like why not go live today to really teach and talk to you people because nobody else talks to you. No one cares about you. You know, people look at you and they shake their head because they're like, something has to be wrong with this person. This person cannot be as crazy as we think he is. Yeah, they are crazy. A lot of these people are mentally unstable. Hold on a second. So salute to everybody that's here. Let's see what's here. See Dion, Saryitis, Jason, Sydney, Garrison, I'm him, Gregory, Chocolate City Gemini, Carly, Charm, Davy, David, Latasha, Sakina, Brian, after high school, Thomas, Patrick, Meta, J. Will, I want y'all to notice a trend. What's good, Sarah? Make sure y'all like the stream too. That around political season, Kanye West does these things and people fall for it. There's a reason why Kanye West is a billionaire. Because he understands, he takes your fake outrage and he monetizes it. One of the reasons why he went off on Diddy is because he felt like Diddy was messing up his business. And the fact that I'm seeing so many Negroes, like they're so upset. And like, how dare you, Jay? Oh, I was about to say Jay. How dare you, Ye? Why do you think white lives matter even though I have a white wife? Mixed kids. I live in a mostly white neighborhood. I'm only nice to white people. I look at black people like they're crazy. You know, I've noticed that too. I've noticed that black people tend to be nicer towards white people. This is just the when because I like to read people when I'm out in public, and I see how they interact with black people, and I see how they interact with white people. You walk into a store, the black woman that's working there doesn't say anything to you when you walk in, but they see a white person walk in. Hey, how you doing? Like, the cast, y'all know, right? That's just where we at. You know, a lot of you people are hypocrites. What's good, Damon? D. I've seen it. I know y'all have seen this. You get online and you talk about racism and white supremacy, but you don't even like black people. You don't get along with black people. I see black people on YouTube who go after each other every single day, but then they want to talk about white supremacy. But you attack black people all the time. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You can't just be attacking black people, being destructive towards black people, and then you want to claim that white people are trying to destroy you, but you're playing into it because you are destroying other black people. You got heifers who talk about their divesting. And this is one of the key things. You got heifers that talk about divesting, but they want to call Kanye West out. They want to pretend like they don't like Candace Owens. People get online and try to be as fake as possible. You're dating white people, but you're pro-black. And you know what's crazy, man? I see people like Umar Johnson get ambushed on a show with a disgruntled melanated heifer and a disgruntled male pretending to be a woman. And they just, you got males who identify as women, who think like women, and then you got this woman who already has this vitriol towards melanated men. I just hope y'all understand this. I'm not here to run defense for anybody, but I'm so sick of seeing you hypocritical people be fake outraged about White Lives Matter. White Lives Matter. Let me tell you something about White Lives Matter. Y'all love white people. Shout out to Samurai Will.
Kanye was trolling the Republicans with that shirt.
He probably was, but see, that's the thing, Samurai. A lot of black people have been taught to attack anybody, especially when they're black, and attack them if it feels like they are attempting to be nice to white people publicly, especially celebrities. Saying White Lives Matter goes against the narrative they want to push because they want you to hate white people because it's all about gaining control of narratives. And it also gets you thinking, right? Why does the media green light white people being attacked so much? See, are white people green lighting attacking themselves? Now, Kanye West got taken off all these different platforms or suspended because he mentioned the Jews. Okay. That's what they're saying. They're saying, well, he mentioned the Jewish people. You see, the one thing about Jews is that they are all over the media. And I'm not saying anything against the Jews. This is facts. They're all over the media. They're all over these social media platforms. So if you mention them in anything but a glowing manner, even if it's putting them in the middle of a conversation, you know how we mention black people or white people. If you say Jewish people, they're going to say you're being anti-Semitic because they're going to interpret it as, you're saying something about us. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. And I believe that's what happened when the social media platforms, they really couldn't ban them off anything else. So they said, oh, he mentioned Jewish people. We got to ban them. Right. On a second. Kanye got Willie so mad about the t-shirt, he started insulting his dead mother. Are you serious? Are you serious about Willie D saying that, disrespecting his dead mother? Like I told y'all, these Negroes are not pro-black. And they love to attack other black people. Just give them they just need a reason. So when you see these commentators who talk all this, I'm against racism, I'm for black people, let's say like a Willie D, they're fake as fuck. They're fake as fuck. And I would not listen to them ever. Now, they may make good points on certain things, but a lot of these people do nothing but attack other people. See, I commentate. I don't attack people. That's the difference. But if that's true and he's insulting Kanye's dead mother, then that makes him no different than racist white people. That makes him no different than a racist white person. If any of you Negroes attack other black people and insult them and insult their family, you are no different than a white supremacist. And nothing that you say against white people will really matter because you've already attacked black people in a vicious manner. That's why a lot of these people, I don't get why you listen to them. What are they really saying that makes sense? A lot of these people are mentally unstable. A lot of these people are nothing more than con artists that got a second chance after getting out the penitentiary. Just like you got guys that go from being scammers to pastors. Why are you listening to these weirdos? But again, you do what you want to do. But when they say something that is out of line, just know that I told you so. Just know that I told you so. A lot of these people, they pretend to be on this pro-black thing. Make sure y'all like the stream. They pretend to be on this pro-blackness just so they can make a buck and just so they can screw some of these mentally unstable black women. But in reality, there's nothing pro-black about them. They don't do nothing in these neighborhoods. They're clowns. And if you have to insult somebody's dead mother, if that's what you're saying, then you've already lost it as far as common sense is concerned. I can't listen to nobody that goes that low. You go that low, that means you have nothing more. You have nothing more to say to me or anybody else. There's no advice you can give me that's going to help me. That's why I tell you a lot of these people are clowns. They're clowns. They're entertainment. They're social entertainment. That's what I call these so-called commentators. They are social entertainment and nothing else. Because they offer absolutely no value to anybody. Van Lathan was given a pass to Jamel Hill and Malika Andrews for bringing up Joe Mazzulla's past. Because Van Lathan is a clown, man. He's a cuck. A lot of these black men in media are cucks. What's good, D-Rod, then? Make sure y'all like the stream, man. These social entertainers, fake-ass pro-blacks. There's nothing pro-black about you, weirdo, lame ex-cons. There's nothing pro-black about you. You don't give a fuck about black people. You just care about making some money and screwing some single mothers. That's all you give a fuck about. You don't care nothing about what's going on in these black communities. A lot of these guys don't. Have y'all noticed none of these guys that claim they're speaking for black people are with a black woman? But then they will call you out for like if you're calling out a black woman's behavior, they'll say that you hate women, but you ain't with a black woman, sir. You ain't married to one. You go to the next best thing. You go to a biracial woman, or you go to a white woman, but that white woman understands the black struggle. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man. These people are crazy, man. People are crazy. Yeah, I couldn't listen to nobody that sits up here and insults somebody's dead mother. I don't give a fuck how upset you are. Good lives matter. Good lives matter. Because there's a lot of people who are very useless and are very destructive, and they don't care about their own lives. But yeah, if you're insulting somebody's dead mother, you're just as you especially a black man's mother, then you're a white supremacist. You're a white supremacist. You're no different than those people that you claim you're speaking out against. But you're not out here in these neighborhoods. You're not mentoring. You're not doing anything. You're a waste of space. That's basically what you are. You're a waste of space who think that you're important, but you're really not. Music girl, I make horrible points, but you have to be subscribed to watch my live streams, don't you? So that means that I've triggered you, young lady, and I've caused you to type in my chat room that you had to subscribe to type in. So obviously I made some good points. You just in your feelings, but you will get over it. Now, I want y'all to understand too that the black community, whatever is left of it, they've already moved on. What's left is like it's like the how they have the term leftover women. We got a leftover community full of just the word, not all, but a lot of those people aren't trying to make it out. They glorify it. They glorify being there. You got people who leave their children there, and they don't even attempt to get them out of that environment, right? So when I see people glorify the hood, I can tell you've never lived there. Because if you've ever lived in the hood before, you will never glorify that shit. You want to get out of it as soon as possible, as quickly as possible, and you never want to go back. I never want to live in the hood again. I would never go back to living in the hood again. Even if I have family there, I'd visit family, but I'm never living there. That's why I don't glorify it. There's nothing to glorify about just a destroyed community. Shout out to D-Rock Den. Appreciate that, man. And you know why these communities will never rise again? Because we have a bunch of fake ass leaders. People who pretend to be leaders, but they're not leaders. A bunch of people playing pretend. They get online, they rah-rah, but they go back to their white neighborhoods and their white girlfriends, and that's it. No progress, no helping, just a bunch of pretend, just a bunch of nonsense, right? Shout out to Sahara, appreciate that. And that's what you have. That's why you got to point out these hypocrites, man. It's easy to do. It's fun to do. I like calling out you fake ass melanated peoples. So that's why I always find myself doing this. Look at black Democrats. Those are the worst of the worst. Because they're voting for the people who've done nothing but try to destroy them. And then they will make excuses as to why they are voting for those people. They claim those people love black people. No, they don't. You're an idiot. Do some research. Music girl, you're in my chat room. You could have easily skipped over it, but you heard something that you didn't like. You don't like me insulting somebody you listen to? I don't give a shit. They're lame, and you're lame too. That's why you here instead of with some woman. You're here in my chat room to tell me what you don't like about what I'm saying, but you haven't said one word about what I said that you don't agree with. You're just telling me why you don't watch me. You just like the rest of these idiots who follow behind people like a Willie D or one of these other people who are saying a bunch of nothing and who do nothing but pretend like they're helping black people, but they really aren't. And again, I'm not pointing out him specifically. I'm just saying people like that, you know. So obviously to be here lets me know that you watch, but you got to understand the views count regardless. The views count regardless. Y'all watch this, the views count. When you type in my chat, it counts. Okay. See, that's the talent that I have. I can make haters go from ghost watching to typing. That's the talent that I have. I have a talent for making ghost watchers stop ghost watching and type in my chat room. That's the talent that I have. Because I'm saying something they don't like. They want me to talk about the fact this White Lives Matter shirt means nothing to me. It does not trigger me. I'm not upset. I'm not about to talk about nobody's dead mother. I'm not doing none of that. I don't give a damn about a White Lives Matter shirt. If you so tough and big and bad, go say it to Kanye West's face that you don't like what he did. I bet you won't. You'd be another world star hip hop video. You'd be getting your ass whooped all up and down some street, and you'd be somewhere trying to sue. Y'all love going to chat rooms and comment sections in your feelings because of what I said, when you could just go on about your day. Y'all notice these people. See, I stream late in the afternoon. Late, I stream at night. Why is it that these hating ass males are never laid up with a woman? They're always in some guy's chat room. They're always on some panel. That's the problem. That's why a lot of you dudes are not doing nothing. You know you got to go to work in the morning if you have a job, and you probably should be getting some sleep if you have a job, because you probably don't have none. And I know you're black, all right? So I know this is hurting, and I'm glad that what I'm saying is hurting your feelings, because a lot of you people, especially you males, you need to grow up. You need to hear this. You need to hear this. You know, a lot of these people are sensitive, emotional. I told you at the beginning of the live stream, a lot of these people are emotional, and they love telling you that they're hurt. This person, this music person, he's telling me how hurt he is. He's hurt that I'm saying these things, but I don't care. You need to hear it. I know you probably never had a father figure in your life. That's why you come to YouTube to search for one. You've searched high and low for a father figure, and you've never found them. And you probably never will, because you're too busy subscribing to people's platforms only to get upset about something, and then you want to tell me what you're upset about. Weak. I don't give listen, I'm trying not to curse too much. I don't care about a White Lives Matter shirt. It's a shirt. What about the shootings in black communities? I bet you there were shootings in some of these major cities that y'all don't even talk about. You got people who are nothing more than innocent bystanders losing their life because you got these young idiot lunatics shooting indiscriminately, but we want to be upset about some t-shirts. Do you see how many of these? You got stories of teachers sexually involved with their male students, but here you are upset about White Lives Matter. You got men getting robbed off dating apps. You have so much going on that you're concerned about a White Lives Matter shirt. You probably laying up with some extra average white woman right now. If you have a woman. Because a lot of you probably ain't got no woman. Look at that. I told you this guy probably dates white women. A lot of these black men who claim they're speaking for black women are just doing it to get some box. They're doing it to get some box and some donations. They want those donations ran, and they want to get some box from these single mothers. That's what's going on out here. And again, I have the energy to talk about this because a lot of times I don't really have the energy to go live because I'm not really passionate about anything to go live about, you know. But if I can make people that are subscribed and don't like me to come out the clouds and expose themselves, that is what I'm going to do. Look at the title of the stream. When I talk about politics, oh, y'all get in y'all feelings, but I love every bit of it. Your reactions, I enjoy your reactions because I've always had a talent for getting people in their feelings because it's always easy to do. We got so much demonic behavior going on out here, and y'all are concerned about a White Lives Matter shirt while you probably date nothing but white women. I haven't seen that Trina video yet. I've heard about it. I really don't want to watch it, but it basically, I know it adds on to what I'm saying. See, I told y'all he dates white women. Look at what he's writing. We got a Becky lover in the chat room who didn't like what I said about the, black men with white women. Yes, a lot of you dudes need to understand that you cannot say shit and you cannot gatekeep blackness when you land up with a white woman. And I'm going to keep saying it. I don't care what you say. Because if your woman, if you care about your white woman, then her white life matter, does it not? It's so easy to trigger you people. You people are just weird and weak and sorry. You do nothing for anybody. You've made zero impact in our society. You're just a waste of space. You're not doing anything productive. You don't own anything. You haven't been nowhere. You just online looking for a father figure. I hope you don't have children because they probably don't even feel you to be a good father figure. The way that the emotions that you have on social media, your people are useless and disgusting. I am disgusted by the behavior of you males and some of you females, but always these males. They be the main ones who got shit to talk during political season. Well, it's about to be a red wave, so all of you black Democrats are going to be all in your feelings, and I'm going to laugh, and I'm going to trigger you. I'm going to clown you. I'm going to be very disrespectful in a respectful manner. I'm going to be disrespectful in my commentary because I'm going to go in, and I'm going to roast. I'm going to roast the fact that you're supporting Joe Biden that helped incarcerate your fathers and your brothers and your uncles. Right? Unbelievable. How quick we forget. How quick we forget. If I spew hate, you moron, then why are you here? Once again, I'm spewing hate. No, I don't think so. I don't think I spew any hate. That's why, even though YouTube doesn't like me, I'm still been here all these years because I don't spew any hate. That's why it's very difficult to flag any video of mine. I spew truth. You can only piss people off with the truth. Hate. People can look at hate and see it for what it is. But just the whole announcing, I'm going to announce that I don't like what you're saying, even though I'm subscribed to you. Because it's not like I stopped doing live streams. I've been doing live streams, still been doing it since I started on this channel doing live streams. A lot of y'all been hate watching, thumbs in the video down, when you could just go about your day. See, I don't watch people I don't like. I don't hate watch anybody. I may go watch a video from somebody that I disagree with, But I may watch that one video and then I go about my business. I don't leave no comments. I don't thumbs up or thumbs down. I may watch it and then I may move on. But I am not about to sit here and argue with nobody. I'm not about to hop in nobody's chat, even from a troll page, even though I don't have any troll pages. But let's say I did. I wouldn't do that either because it's a waste of time. Unless you're just one of these unstable morons that have nothing better to do. But how I'm going to make things a little bit more, make y'all a little bit more upset. I'm going to play.
When you have these woke.
Oh boy. I'm actually going to play the Fox News video of Kanye West. That's really going to piss y'all off. So hopefully more you people that are hate watching will say something in the chat room, because that just makes my day. I love it. Okay, well, shout out to Lil Trill for his birthday. Happy birthday to you. Well, we're going to talk about this. And we're going to show this. And let's see. So yeah, let's show this, because I know, the hate watchers. Oh, let's see. Look at it. This the attention seeking. Like, are you male or female? Good God. But well, how about this? Well, let's check this video out of Kanye West. We're gonna get into this. This is what really pissed him off. And I want y'all to understand that there's a reason why more black men are leaning more conservative. It is because this whole liberal agenda, we don't deal with. We don't like that. We don't fuck with it whatsoever. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Can we go and grab? No. How about this? Music boy, get your purse and your jacket, because it might be a little cool outside, and you can leave the chat room. So grab your purse, okay? Grab your purse, grab your jacket, and let's send him on a ride, moderators. Let's send Music Girl on a ride. Let's get him his purse, because you got to have the right pronouns for Music Girl. Her, was it she and her? So Music Boy, his pronouns are she and her. So let's send she and her on a ride. Let's get the purse. Let's get the jacket, and let's send them on a ride. On the moderators, thank you. Let's send her on a ride. All right. Let's get the purse. Yeah, she and her. And send them on. Yeah, send them on a nice ride. Appreciate that. Yeah, let's send her on a ride. All right. So now you don't have to feel conflicted as to whether you should unsubscribe or not because you don't like me. I'm gonna send you on your way. Okay. All right. Salute to everybody that's here.
So you just came from Paris Fashion Week. You just landed, and you have a lanyard still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And that you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life. I'm pro-life.
Boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And good, amen. I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50% of black death in America is abortion. So I really don't care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God.
I'm starting to see why they want to make you be quiet. How?
I think Tucko's even taken aback, because Kanye seems very serious about what he's saying. Now, again, this is the type of Kanye that you will see during the political season. You will notice that he sort of takes it up a notch. As far as the volume goes up in how he goes political, right? Nothing wrong with that, but that's just Kanye around this time of the year. I even saw that he say he may run for president, so it's like, okay, but people are looking at the White Lives Matter and they think that he's starting a movement. That's not what it is. I just saw an article today. I may talk about it while I'm live. Patrice Colliers. This woman has been using that BLM money to buy all types of luxury properties across the country. And we upset about Kanye West. When you got people who are taking your donation money, because y'all love to claim that Umar Johnson is a scammer, right? But there are a party full of heifers who are taking your donation money and spending it on properties. And I don't see a lot of outrage from y'all. Wonder why.
When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to realize this?
I really felt like, I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office and I liked him.
Yes.
And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my...
Thanks for being objective on your topics. And being fair.
Thanks, Cruiser. Is it Cruiser? Is it Cruiser Nation? Down the middle. Appreciate that, man. I think that's how you call it, Cruiser. Thanks, man. Well, I'm always objective. Because I have to be. I can't. I'm not one of those people, right, that's going to be overly like taking one side. Because to me, a lot of people, in a lot of situations, they're not really a lot of cut and dry. Like there's a lot of things that you can see on this side or that side, and you want to present it in a logical manner instead of being completely just one-sided.
Hating on Biden for pardoning weed offenses?
Oh, you talking about what they just announced? They just announced that, what, a day ago? A day ago for weed. What about crack cocaine? We talking about weed. What about that? What about the harsh sentencing that was done in the 90s? Is that gonna help that? Is that gonna get people released from jail? He only did that because he knows that the Democrats are going to suffer a lot of losses in November, and he's already starting up his campaign for 2024. I don't know how. And he wants to do these things because he already sees where the winds are blowing, but it's not going to help. It's really not. And it's something called too little, too late. All right. And also, Joe Biden fired people in his administration for marijuana use.
Mother-in-law to my manager at that time to, my so-called friends / handlers around me told me, like, if I said that I like Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over. They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They basically said that I would be killed for wearing the hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, okay, green light me then. God builds warriors in a different way. I don't know if it's because of me being born in Atlanta and growing up on the south side of Chicago that, he made me for such a time like this. It's like with David, he tended to the sheep, but while he was out there, he had to fight all kinds of animals. So when it was time for Goliath to come, you thought because he was a sheep herder that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And the thing that I have is the position, I have my heart, but the number one thing is we have God on our side. And for the people, even if you don't believe in God, God believes in you.
So you made reference to the White Lives Matter.
And, a lot of people don't like the religious overtones, in our society. Religious overtones is a bad thing. Religious overtones is frowned upon, right? Because they want this sort of atheist, God-hating, slurish, single, effeminate like energy. They just want the energy to be non-religious.
It's way better than what the Republicans.
Retro, you're gonna have to do a lot more than that to catch up to Republicans. Because if you look at the polls, sir, a lot more people are siding with Republicans on what they are pushing than Democrats, because the Democrats really don't have anything. What they have, the war in Ukraine, they really don't have anything. Whatever he's doing with marijuana is too little too late. People don't care about that. People care about the borders. People care about jobs. The fact that we sending money overseas to a country that's going to end up losing their war. Our priorities are screwed up over here. And what you're going to see is that ain't going to help shit. It's, the poll numbers say otherwise. There are more people who are going to be voting Republican this time around than in the other, in some of the other elections, because people see that the Democratic Party does not give a shit about this country. And whatever Joe Biden is doing, it ain't enough. It ain't enough. There's still people who can't get work. There's still people out here. I mean, look at what's going on as far as the crime level. The crime level is out of control. Okay. And it's getting so bad that they're actually trying to fund more policing. They're putting more money into policing because that's how bad the crime is getting. People getting robbed in broad daylight. The crime is getting bad. The homelessness. People are, and if Democrats aren't offering a solution for any of those things, they're not getting the votes.
T-shirt, which you brought out at Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Why did you do that, and what did it mean?
I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection with God, and just brilliance. Like as if you asked like Tanya Harding how she did the triple flip or the triple spin. Yeah. She was in so much practice that when it was time for her to skate in a competitive format, it just happened. Like it happened outside of practice. It happened in the real format, and that's what's happening. Is God is like preparing us for the real battles, and we are in a battle with the media. Like the majority of the media has a godless agenda, and
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anything that's right, they want to flip it around. And we are in a spiritual war. We are absolutely in a spiritual war. Things are getting out of hand. And that is why, again, people are going to support candidates that are about policing and about getting stuff in order. So you're going to need a lot more than reversing certain things as far as to marijuana use. I mean, there's a lot of other things that people are more concerned about. But yeah, they're trying to push weird agendas in the media. We're in a spiritual war, people. That's why you see so many like disgusting things that going on now, just horrific things that are happening, because we are in a spiritual war. We really are. But see, if you're not religious, you wouldn't know that, because to you would think that this is just a natural evolution, or that we just have some bad apples. What happens when those bad apples start to affect other apples? That's what happens when you turn away from spirituality. When you don't believe in anything, you are the easiest to corrupt.
The jokes in that work, and this whole like, oh yeah, he's crazy, and all these things, they don't work because the media has, they've also watched travesties happen, just even specifically to me, and just watch it and act like it wasn't happening, and they stay quiet about it.
What have they?
I want to answer the white. Yeah. I feel like someone caught what I was saying, the comparison to Tanya Harding about the White Lives Matter. My dad is a educated ex-Black Panther, and he put a text to me today. He said, "White Lives Matter, ha 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 ha." And I said, I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. I thought the idea of me wearing it was funny. And I said, Dad, why do you think it was funny? He said, just a black man stating the obvious. Yeah. And, you know.
See, that's what I was saying at the beginning of the live stream. He did that to basically state the obvious. You know, you got the Black Lives Matter. Well, I'm gonna wear a shirt that says White Lives Matter. And it really shouldn't be that big of a deal, but you have a lot of these weirdos, and some will claim to be Christian, who think that this is a bad thing. And what's funny too is that people who have white spouses are angry at Kanye too. You have white people that are upset, and that's the saddest thing, is when you white self-haters get upset at Kanye West. So you mean to tell me that your white life don't matter? Oh man, that's that critical race theory for you.
Oh, my dad doesn't listen to rap music, and he's like super educated. We opened up a water distribution center in the Dominican Republic together. He's like the original Steve Jobs, but he was getting blocked every which way with all of his ideas, and he didn't have an endless bank account, and he didn't have an Instagram. So all these ideas, he had to like take them back and compress them. Like, my dad is the most brilliant person that I know, and we actually have a strained relationship because I was taken from him, because my mom was an actress, so she was a liberal, and my dad would see certain things and say, you know, we should do it this way, we should do it that way, and the people got around my mom and pulled her away. Much like, you know, Kim is a Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview magazine and put her ass out while she's a 40-something-year-old multi-billionaire with 4 black children. And this is how fashion wants to, how they want to present her. So I know you give these questions, and I give you like these 3-part answers. Is this a cool format for you?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, cool.
And I am following it.
All right.
So you said that your father said when he saw the shirt White Lives Matter, it's great to see a black man stating the obvious. So by which I think you meant that's obviously true.
Yeah, that's my favorite response, because I kept on thinking, like, you know, people, they're looking for an explanation, and people say, well, as an artist, you don't have to give an explanation, but as a leader, you do.
Yes, I think that's right.
So the answer to why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Yeah. Why do you think that's so, and I assume the implication is, of course, all lives matter because they're lives, because God created them.
Yeah.
Why do you think that that would be considered controversial?
Because
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You say Kim is a Christian with an ass out though. You know what's funny? Long time. And shout out to everybody that's here. Yeah, make sure y'all like the stream. There's a lot of so-called Christian women who have their ass out all the time, and some of them have OnlyFans, right? There's a lot of Christians that love twerking, and you know what I'm saying, they love showing their assets. Ain't got no man, or if they do, he's a simp. You know, it's so there is a lot of so-called Christian women who are out here just, you know, they're not living what they believe in. And again, nobody's gonna be perfect. I'm not saying people should be perfect, but you know, when you believe in something and then you degrade yourself, then you know.
the same people that have stripped us of our identity and labeled us as a color have told us what it means to be black and the vernacular that we're supposed to have. My dad grew up as a military brat, and his family moved around, but they were based mostly in Delaware. And at the time, if they weren't the only black family, they were one of the few. And he would be discriminated against because he was black. So by the time he got into college, he would be discriminated against. He went to a black college, he would be discriminated against because they said he talked too white.
Yes.
And then he played the kick drum in the band. So when he would go to the club.
So he's basically speaking on his father. This is the most I've heard Kanye speak about his father, because he's mainly, talked about his mother over years, but you can tell, like, what's good, Eric? I see you. It's good that he's, because you could tell that he probably has a bunch of stuff on his mind, but he never has anybody to really have a platform to really say these things, And I think it's good for black men to have fathers and father figures, because it does help. He went through a traumatic situation with his mother, and it's always good. And because he had a strained relationship with his father, the one thing he did not do, the one thing that Kanye West did not do, that I notice a lot of you modern weak ass males do, is that you throw your fathers under the bus. Marquise Jackson. Kanye West repaired the relationship he had with his father. Instead of him throwing his father under the bus and taking his mama's side and being against his father, he fixed the relationship that he had with his father, to where they can speak to each other and he can speak glowingly about his father and his father's experiences growing up.
Music was playing, where would he clap his hands? Where the kick drum is.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite of where everyone else was clapping their hands. And this is the most elegant and tasteful person that I know. And when my mom, when the schools suggested, like, the herding systems, because what they do is take the black community and they separate us, and they separate the families, and the educated, they push this, need for higher education, and us as blacks, we discriminate against each other and say, well, I got my PhD and you don't have your PhD, so I'm better than you. And so my mom, she had a PhD, and she was influenced to move to the south side of Chicago and take this job at Chicago State University. And she told my dad, if you come for us, you'll never see him again. Because, the media ridiculed me for getting the house next door to Kim to see my children. And they even said that I was stalking her and her new boyfriend because I bought the house next door to see my children. And that's how I knew that my mom had said that to him. I said, Dad, they moved us to one of the most agreed upon to be one of the most dangerous places in the world. It's almost like they tried to kill me or something. I said, Dad, why'd you never come to get us? And that's when he told me that she was told that. There's so many things.
And I know a lot of black kids can relate who grew up in single parent households. We grow up with mothers that try hard to keep the fathers away. They will accept that child support, but then they will tell you that the fathers are not doing enough. Right? But in most cases, that's not true. The fathers want to be in the children's life, but because she feels some type of way, she won't allow it. Right? So, unfortunately, a lot of us grow up in those situations where our mothers have us and they don't want him around us. They want us to embrace whatever new stepdaddy that comes into the family, right? But what she's not going to tell you growing up is because she wants to use you to hurt him. That's what a lot of these single mothers do these days. They use the children and raise the children to hate the father. That's why you should never hate your father under any circumstances, no matter what she says, because most likely she's probably lying and trying to put things in her favor. She's not going to tell you about the stuff she did to ruin the marriage or the relationship. That's why it's always good to have love for both your parents until you can figure out the truth for yourself. But most of these women want the children to be theirs, like their property, especially if you're a boy. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely going to try to teach you to hate your father more so than anything else.
Things that are put in Kim's head. They bring influencers like No one ever knew where Corey Gamble came from. No one in the fashion world knows where Gabby came from. These people were practically made in a laboratory, in my opinion. And one of the things that they're really good at doing is being nice and being likable. And what they do is, for people that have some form of influence, whether it's an educated black woman like my mother that became the head of the English department at Chicago State University.
Shout out to Drunk Man Dez. Says Kanye is destroying the agenda. Yay, ain't crazy. Yeah, he's eccentric, but I don't think he's like out of his mind. Right? What's going on, Van? Appreciate you being here.
Or whether it's the most influential white woman on the planet, being my ex-wife, they have people that are around them at all times telling them what to be afraid of. It's like not what to do or say specifically, it's what to be afraid of. And if you have a person that isn't afraid of them, you know, like a Russell Brand or Candace Owens.
Right.
Or, it's not that we have to agree with this, but
they're not afraid.
They're not afraid to state what their opinion is.
Yes.
No one is God, and everyone has an opinion.
And that's the end of that. Yeah, I wanted y'all to see that. Just the incredible, this whole White Lives Matter thing to me, I think is being completely overblown, in my opinion. Because I mean, it don't really bother me. I mean, it's incredible how people have allowed this thing to overtake them, for them to just say weird, destructive, stupid things. That's why you have to question the type of people that you're listening to. A lot of these people don't really have the best interests of black people. They are pretending to have the best interests of black people. But they say Kanye is crazy. He's this, that, and the third. But we have a lot of crazy people procreating. We got a lot of crazy people procreating, having children. We don't need any more of that. We got dysfunctional men and dysfunctional women having children together. Yikes. And, listen, to all the melanated people listening, I want y'all to understand that you need to do what's in the best interest of you and your family. I have radical ideas about the black community. Well, they will be considered radical. I do believe you need male leadership. I think women need to respect the roles of a man in a relationship. I don't believe in matriarchy. I don't believe in women leading anything if they're not qualified to lead anything. All right, David. I think men need to lead and police the communities. I just don't think most women are capable of being leaders. Okay, shout out to David with the PayPal. I appreciate that. I don't think most women are capable of being leaders. I think children need to be educated about the past. I'm not talking about just slavery. I'm talking about beyond that. They need to be taught about self-sufficiency. They need to be taught about spirituality. These young boys need to learn how to create something on their own without looking to anybody else. And I think young girls need to respect themselves and choose strong, capable, smart men to lead their household, not beta males who are there to be led. I see all this female empowerment nonsense. It's nonsense. These women hate each other, but they pretend to be on the same page when it comes to us. Honestly, where we are, there ain't no bright spots. That's why you have men leaving this country to go overseas. What are they going to benefit being here? I did a video today about the female rapper Erica Banks, her ex-boyfriend dumping her because she wasn't feminine enough. And y'all wonder why men are going overseas? Because where's the femininity? Where's the femininity? What is the self-respect? What if they're not sleeping with every man that you're attracted to? What about stop dating bums, broke, dysfunctional men? A lot of you heifers are not capable to be leaders, and you never will. Because you'll fail every single time. You'll fail just like you fail to lead the household of some effeminate, broke ass man. To understand that. The femininity is declining at a rapid pace. And just because a woman is slowish don't mean she's feminine. So do what's in the best interest of you. I tell you. Do not, under any circumstances, allow yourself to get involved with people who are self-destructive. And we see the signs. You got to look at them. You can't tell me that you can read somebody, but you can't read them before you get into a relationship with them. All those signs come out later. Y'all only see the red flags once the relationship is over? Or while you're in a relationship? The melanated community is done, man. You can't fix what is broken. These people are broken. These are a broken group of people who really believe that an entire system has been built to hold them down. These are people who are going to be working at fast food restaurants or working in temp service jobs forever. Because they don't understand that, you can own stuff too, You can own your own business. You can own your own home. It ain't just for white people. You are a slave if you believe that. And too many slave-minded people believe they can achieve. So how can you build anything with a community like that? A community full of people like that who really believe that owning things are for white people. What about the Asians? What about the Latinos, the Hispanics who are coming over the border? What about the Africans who do make tons of money over there in in Africa? They got billionaires over there on the continent. Was a system in place there, or is the system just in place here? Because there are black people everywhere. I was watching a movie on Netflix. It's not a movie. Excuse me. It's a series on Netflix, right? It's a Netflix series that takes place in Stockholm, Sweden. Okay. And in the show, there's this, it's basically, it's like, I guess their version of what do you call that show? Power. I would call it the Sweden version of Power. Cause it's about a woman who's a single mother, and the dude that she was dating, I believe she's like an Arab woman, and her boyfriend was this African who I believe is, I guess was born in Sweden. Him and his brother are street dudes, right? And the brother runs a gang of Arabs. So you got him, this African dude, or African Swedish guy, I would say. And he's basically the leader of this gang of with a bunch of Arab dudes, and they fighting against other Arab gangs. They selling drugs, right? It's a show on Netflix. Maybe I've seen it. And we as black people, we everywhere. We everywhere. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me they're doing this dysfunctional shit in Sweden? You got Negroes everywhere just causing all types of ruckus. So We everywhere. I think a lot of us are very superstitious, and those superstitions are are basically used to deceive us. We are deceiving ourselves, people. We are deceiving ourselves. We have to be able to see the truth. And the truth is that you can achieve anything if you put your creativity to it. There's no system holding you back. Of course, they're going to be bigoted people, racist people, but they ain't stopping shit. They don't have the power to. The only person that can stop you from building the life that you want is you. Fuck the talented 10th. There is no such thing. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody. And the people that are leading you are telling you to your face, I ain't here to save you. You better support the people that have your best interests and do what's best for you. Do what's in the best interest of you and your family, man. There is no community to save. People can't be saved. Anybody that says that what we have in this country, man, they are lying to you. And they're laughing behind your back. They're just looking to make some money. That's all. I could never do that. I could never lie to a bunch of people. I'm not a scammer. The black community is full of scammers. The melanated pro-black section of social media is full of scammers. All them scamming. And they use your superstitions against you. And they don't like when I say that, but that's true. They use your superstitions against you. They know you're superstitious. They know that you're afraid of the white man, even though, you know what I'm saying? Like, afraid of what? Look at what's going on. Look at what's going on. Yeah, you literally have a white man. Hold on a second. What is his name? Sean King, right? Sean King is the top scammer of the black community, of the social media black activism community. He is the number one scammer. And they write all these articles about Sean King, and you still got these lowly lunatic idiots who still support this guy, who will still defend this guy. Not only does he scam you in his race, but he is scamming as far as money is concerned. I told y'all the pro-black section of social media is full of scammers looking to score, to catch to hit a lick. That's what they're looking for. You got scammers, trying to be pastors. You got scammers trying to be dating, to tell you how to date women, be dating coaches, and you got scammers who are out here pretending like they know what's best for black people. And they tell you the same tired BS that you done heard from one pro-black to another pro-black. They tell you the same BS. These people should not be believed at all. There's too many scammers out here, man. The scammers are everywhere. The scammers are everywhere. And they're getting bolder because they know how dumb some of you, a lot of y'all are. You're dumb. You believe them because you want to believe that there's a reason why I'm so lazy and I'm always broke. It's because of the white system of oppression is the why I'm broke and I refuse to work and I got all these felonies. No, you're just a loser who can't stop having unprotected relations with women you don't even want. That is a fact. Yeah, the scamming is at an all-time high. And it ain't stopping no time soon. You arrest one scammer, you have 2 or 3 more scammers. The scammers are everywhere. Y'all thought the scamming stopped? Oh, no.
Who is a bigger scammer, Sean King or Patrice Cullors?
Well, that's a tough one, Robert. Appreciate that That's a tough one, but I think I would say Patrice hasn't really. Patrice has been very sloppy, and I think that Patrice in her mind believes that she's helping black people because she believes the money that she gets is hers. Okay, so they're giving her that money. She's not really scamming. People are willingly giving BLM that money. So both of them are scammers, but Sean King's scamming is on a whole nother level. This man is pretending to be black. He is pretending to be a melanated man, or at least half melanated. And not only that, this guy is out here finessing left and right, articles being written about him, but ain't nobody kicking him out of the black activism section of social media. They haven't even tried. Yeah, she giving money to the baby daddy. But see, in that sense, but the thing is with BLM, you got dumbass people willingly giving money to BLM. And she's just taking the funds and spending it, But with Sean King, this guy, his life is a scam. What he does financially, business-wise, that's a scam. I mean, I'm telling you, the scammers are all over the place. They don't care about you catching them. They're bold about it. They like, I'm gonna scam and what? They getting bolder, man. They getting bolder and bolder, man. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Shout out to everybody that's here. Appreciate y'all being here, man. I believe Sean King's support base is black women. Cause look, he got a black wife. That's all they're gonna say. At least he with a black woman. That's what they'll say. Man, that arrangement that you call a situation. That they want to live among white people. Like, do I have the article Patrice Colliers? Somebody sent me that in the email. I have done a good amount of videos on Patrice Colliers. Patrice Colliers is the gift that keeps on giving, man. Like, she's one of the top scammers of 2022. She one of the top scammers of 2022, man. Oh, this article's kind of old.
Sean King versus Rachel Dolezal.
Right. But at least, Rachel got caught. So she's not able to monetize fake blackness anymore. They kicked her out of the pro-black activism section of social media, so she's gone. She's not a part of it no more. But Sean King is still very much so a part of it. I still don't understand why. He should have been got. But you see, that's the difference between white men and white women. See, a white man can be a part of that section, right? And not get kicked out because of the love that those heifers have for that white man. See, it's easy for them to kick a white woman to the curb because, they're jealous of white women. Let's be real. They're jealous of white women. And by the way, I seen somebody sent me a video, I guess, of a woman saying that 80% of black women don't even want to be with black men. I think that number is high, but it's more accurate than not. I don't know if it's 80%. I'd probably put it maybe in the over 50, 60 percentile. I think that a lot of these Western black women, especially the millennial women, the biggest divester group is millennial women. Millennial women are some of the biggest divestors that you will see, more so than Gen X women and more so than Gen Z women. I told y'all, millennial women are the worst. These women in their late 20s, early 30s, up into mid 30s, they're some of the biggest, divester, gold digger types. They're all millennials. They're all millennials. Probably baby mamas, been single for 5 years, right? They hook to that Tinder app or Bumble because that's the only way they're going to get some action because no man approaches them, right? So, yeah, this generation is screwed up, man. Well, that's why men are getting their passports and going overseas, and you heifers have to deal with it. You know, you can get upset all you want to. It ain't changing shit. You can make your irrelevant, weird videos, and it's not going to change anything. A lot of you women need to get your shit together. And I've told these males, I say, listen, males, you need to work on yourself. Stop worrying about getting a woman. You got bigger fish to fry than worrying about getting a woman. You need to get your money up because a lot of you are broke working for somebody else. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be calling nobody else boss. You don't want to be taking nobody's bullshit at work. You need to work on yourself, get your money right so you can do what you want to do, go wherever you want to go. You can't do that if you're working for somebody else. Now, again, if your occupation, you're at home, let's say a lot of guys may work online, right? Which is fine. But again, you can't be worrying about getting a woman right now. Especially if you're young, you're in your 20s and 30s, make that money. And then once you make that money, you can relax and you can focus on getting women. But you can't be worrying about getting women and you ain't got no money. Now, come on. Gen X women wish they could divest. Gen Y women want to divest. Gen Z are divesting. I can see that. These Gen Z women are bold as well. But they're I think they're naively bold. Because these white kids now, they growing up in single parent households too. They didn't grow up in a 2-parent household, so they don't know what it's like to have a white quote unquote family. So they will date a black female more so because they didn't grow up in a 2-parent household. So but focus on getting that money, man. Y'all focusing on the wrong things. You know, how I mean, it may seem like going to get a woman is cool and fun and all that, but if you're living with somebody else, you living with your mother or you're living with another relative or you got roommates instead of having your own spot, there's something wrong with that. If you got to work a job you hate and you're not making that much money, you got to fix that. You know, there are trades to be learned. There are avenues you can go down. You know, you have options. Don't allow people to tell you that you don't have options. You have plenty of options. Go out there and get it, man. Go out there and get it. All right, people, that's it for me. I appreciate y'all being here. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Shout out to the moderators, channel members, the people that donated. Thank you. Even the ghost watchers, the ones that don't like me, shout out to y'all. I know that my rants get I think it gets a chuckle out of the audience, making y'all a part of the show. It's all about putting on a show. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about putting on the show. So appreciate that. Like the stream. Also, go and check out the 2 videos that I posted today. I posted 2 videos today on my Jada Black channel and my basic social politics with Jada Black channel. Hopefully that y'all like when I post it. Yeah, and check those out. Yeah, the hate watchers, just make y'all a part of the show. Like I said, I enjoy getting a reaction out of you. It's enjoyable for me because I can point you out and just say, hey, look at this person, make fun of them a little bit, rib you. But that's that's all it's all about. So all the end of this, it's all about good fun, But hopefully y'all had a great weekend so far. Hopefully you had a great weekend so far. And hold on. Let's see. And that's it. Thank y'all for joining the show. All right, people. I'm gonna play a little bit of this throwback. Summer 2014. All right, y'all. Yeah, it's been real. See y'all in the next one. All right. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe not a throwback. Maybe not a throwback. All right, people. See you.